What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're back today with another update on the wide-body CT70 that we're building for the Great American Monkey 1000 coming up here in a couple weeks. Matter of fact, we're leaving out here in about 10 days for Utah to kick off that event. So wanted to give you guys some more updates on the project. Just been tying up a lot of loose ends and whatnot, and did some shakedown runs and different things since we last talked. But I did realize that on the last video, I talked a lot about the bags I was going to use, but I never really showed you behind the scenes on my racks that I built. So I want to take a quick second and show those to you guys real quick so you can kind of see how I set all that up. So let me get you flipped around here real quick. All right, we'll go ahead and start up front. This isn't really rack related, but this is some stuff I've added since the last video. I did go ahead and I added this fork bag here from Kemimoto. It's kind of a faux leather-like material, and it just straps to the forks, as you can see. Figured, you know, can't have too many places to throw knickknacks and different things that you want quick access to. And then also I've got my invisible selfie stick mounted here up on the handlebars with my Insta360 X5 camera that I've been playing around with. That's a new toy. But I've made some video on that I'm going to share with y'all in a little bit. Did finally get the 24 millimeter Nibby carburetor dialed in. That was fun. A lot of people said they've never had good luck doing that, and I can tell you what I know how to do with my eyes closed, and that's remove the carburetor, change the main jet, and put it back on. Probably did that about 25 times. But anyway, getting on here to the racks. So here's the racks, naked, if you will. You can see I've also got some mounting gear back here for my invisible Insta360 selfie stick, so I can run that behind me as well. Anyway, these racks, if you remember way back in the beginning, were for I think like a CR250 Honda Enduro style dirt bike. About the only thing that I actually used from that kit that I bought is this outer, this piece here. Everything else was pretty much cut up, modified, or added to. Here you can see I've added a support strut from the backside here up underneath, right in there. And what I've used is, those are M8 bolts. I put riv nuts in the frame, and then you probably won't be able to see it in here, but there's a piece of steel stock between the two mounts for each side that keeps them from rotating if they decide to do so. Just a little extra added strength. And then we've talked about it already, but there's my secondary lithium battery wired in parallel with my main battery. That's just a cheapy battery box I bought off Amazon. Nothing special at all. This rear rack, again, was part of the original kit I purchased for that Honda dirt bike. I've got it secured up here to my shock mounts, and then I have tied it in. You'll see there's some struts that run through here that tie it into these side racks, which the side racks are also attached right here. It's solid. It's really, really solid. And with the amount of miles I've put on this so far, running it pretty hard, I'm really confident in that those are going to hold up for this trip. Here you can see kind of the same deal. On the other side, I did add this. This is actually aluminum diamond plate. I added that as a heat shield for obvious reasons, and so far that's been working out real good. You know, honestly, this end of the muffler doesn't get super hot. It gets hot, but it's. I feel that's probably enough to keep the heat off of my bag that I'll have mounted on there. And then again, you know, you got the Kemimoto bag up there. But that's kind of a behind the scenes on the racks and how I set them up. You can see in there where they're bolted in. No comments needed on my welding. I'm not a welder, but I can definitely stick two pieces of metal together and get them to stay. So that's all that matters for me. All right, that's the racks. I mentioned that I've been doing some shakedown runs with it, and I have. I think I've got about 100 miles on it. And outside of carb tuning, I have had zero issues, knock on wood. But I'm going to go ahead and I want to share some video of that first shakedown run. And it is literally my first shakedown run that you're going to see the video of. It's about 4 to 5 minutes long. Please stick around till the end of it, because I'm going to go through after that portion of the video and walk you through my saddlebag setup and what I've done to that. It's different from the last time. So stay tuned and enjoy the shakedown video. So it turns out that I had a lot more Insta360 riding footage recorded, but that stuff is a bear to edit, as I'm learning, and somehow I screwed it up. So you're lucky. You only got to watch me ride for about 3 minutes instead of 10 minutes, which most of you probably would have clicked away anyway, and you never would have saw the saddlebags I mentioned. But in this clip here, this was after I had got the carburetor jetting sorted out. The other clips I had, she wasn't running so great, but you can see in this one, and I'm gonna let you hear it. She's really singing, and I'm really happy with how it's running now. I didn't speed any of that up. She really is devouring the pavement as fast as you see it on the screen. That is in real life, and I just couldn't be more pleased with how this thing is running. At this point, I'm doing about 60 miles an hour, and you're going to see me let off. And the reason I let off is because there's a Mexican church here in Mexico where the Mexican troopers like to set up and run radar. And the speed limit here is 45 miles an hour. And you'll notice once I pass that church right now, I pour the heat right back on when I see that there's no Mexican cops there. About right now, you're going to see that I got transported back to the United States. I'm downshipped and getting ready to pull it back into my neighborhood. It's really convenient how that works. But yeah, that was a good ride. That, as you can see, that thing is really running good. Making that final turn, going back home, and here we are. In just a couple seconds we'll be leaning over into the driveway, and we're back home safe and sound, back in the United States of America. All right, hope you enjoyed that. that was done with my new Insta360 X5 camera that I'm going to be taking out on the Great American Monkey 1000 with me. I've got a couple issues to work out. Number one is my buzzing license plate that you probably heard in a few of the clips. And then also there's some stability issues with the selfie stick. I think I've got that figured out now as well. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. So like I said, let me take you in real quick. I'm going to throw my bag setup on here so you can see what I finally landed on. Stand by. All right, guys, as you can probably already tell, I've changed it up again. Last video we had the large bags on, I believe 20 liters, and I didn't like them. And I decided to use my 13 liters, which I think fit a lot better and make a lot more sense. Just real quick revisit for storage. We have the Kenimoto handlebar bag, Kenimoto fork bag. We have the Kenimoto tail bag, which, as you remember, is expandable, adds about another 6 inches of height to it. So I'll be able to put a lot of stuff in there. We've got a 1 liter spare fuel bottle up top there. And then here we have the saddlebags. I've added this pouch onto the bag, just another area to put stuff. We've got the water bottle here, 1 liter fuel here, another 1 liter fuel, another one of these pouches that I've added on for additional storage. I've also left these straps loose on purpose, just to give you kind of a rough idea that these bags are kind of flat right now. They're not really expanded out as far as they go. They also do gain a little bit of height as well. You can leave that up a little bit higher if you have more stuff to pack down into it. I guess you might be able to, you can't really see from the rear here that they're not, see, they're not even fully expanded yet. There's a lot of real estate left in those bags. So that's what we've settled on. Hopefully it's enough. Hopefully I've got enough gas. That's the whole purpose of building the wide body bike, was to have more gas. So I'm carrying 3 liters plus 1.5 gallons in the tank. So that's what we'll have. All right, guys, so that's gonna pretty much wrap it up for this one. We'll probably squeeze at least one more update in here before we head out on the trip. Just a couple little fine tuning pieces I wanna do, and then I'll most likely share that with you. Also, just wanna remember to not forget about Bart Moto Co. Really helped us out a lot with supplying all these parts. Nothing, I'm not saying he gave us parts. He was just the guy to go to get what we needed and to get the good stuff and the right stuff. So I'll put a link to his website in the description. And if you're building anything like this, I would encourage you to check out his website before you buy anything from other companies. Not saying other companies are bad, but he really goes the extra mile, has great customer service, and it's worth giving him a look. So I think that's going to pretty much wrap it up for this one. You know the deal. If you're not, doesn't cost you a penny. I've been looking at the stats, and it looks like about 30 to 40% of our viewers are not subscribed. Maybe they're the ones that think they have to pay for it. You don't have to pay anything. It's free. And it helps you get notified every time we post a new video. So as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.